from the CBS Bay Area studios, this is KPIX 5 News.
Well, welcome back. It's just about 6:30. Good morning. I'm Devin Fehely.
And I'm Julie Watts.
Several people are hospitalized and thousands are without power this morning after a tornado hit two Canadian cities. The twister hit yesterday in the capital city of Ottawa, as well as neighboring Gatineau in Quebec. Several homes and other buildings were flattened. Rescuers are now going house to house to make sure that no one is trapped inside. A disturbing California cold case cracked after flying under the radar for nearly 3 decades. The suspected NorCal rapist is given away by his own DNA. 58-year-old Roy Charles Waller is accused of violently raping and robbing at least 10 victims over the course of 15 years. Investigators say he crept into his victim's home under the cover of darkness, even once posing as a masked trick-or-treater on Halloween. His alleged crime spree began in Rohnert Park in 1991 and continued as far north as Chico. A Bay Area woman is getting more time to decide whether to testify against Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh. Christine Blasi Ford of Palo Alto says that Kavanaugh sexually assaulted her when they were both teenagers in the 1980s. Now the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, Republican Chuck Grassley, agreed to give Ford and her attorneys another day to decide if she will appear. He tweeted, "She should decide so we can move on. We want to hear her. I hope you understand it's not my normal approach to be indecisive." Ford's attorneys have sent specific terms to the Senate Judiciary Committee, which include testifying after Kavanaugh, questioning by senators only, not outside counsel, and a subpoena to compel the reported witness, Mark Judge, to testify. So far, Senator Grassley has not accepted any of those conditions.
Meanwhile, 75 women came together at a news conference in Washington yesterday to support Kavanaugh. The friends and colleagues of the judge say the allegations aren't consistent with the man they know.
Those who know him best have stepped forward to say that the allegation being leveled against him is false, and we are proud to stand with Brett.
Now, the supporters said they believe the Senate Judiciary Committee is capable of handling the investigation, and they do hope Christine Blasey Ford tells her story.
At the same time, Ford is dealing with some serious security challenges. Her attorney says she has been the target of harassment and death threats. Today, Ford met with FBI agents from the San Francisco district to discuss problems she has encountered since going public with her allegation. KPIX 5 security analyst Jeff Harp, a former FBI agent, says the agency will do a threat assessment.
If this threat is serious, and they can go to a judge and they can ask for a search warrant, they can ask for, arrest warrant based off the information they find in a search warrant.
Brett Kavanaugh's family has also been receiving death threats, including emails sent to his wife. U.S. Marshals are investigating.
Well, close call on the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge after a school bus burst into flames. Students on board were headed to Santa Rosa from California School for the Deaf in Fremont yesterday. The driver told us she was halfway across the bridge when the engine overheated and caught fire. The 3 adults and 7 students on board had no choice but to scramble out onto the span.
A Good Samaritan came by and all the students sat in the back of the truck. It's like a mini truck, and brought us over here, and then we walked.
No one was hurt, but westbound traffic was backed up all the way across the bridge while firefighters and CHP dealt with the bus.
A mob of teens jumping the turnstiles. We are getting our first look at new video that will be the center of a lawsuit against BART. It shows 50 to 60 teenagers hopping fare gates at the Coliseum station back in April. Those same teens are suspected of boarding a train, beating passengers, demanding cell phones, and even taking a purse and duffel bag. A similar mob attack happened 4 days earlier with suspects stealing more cell phones and threatening to shoot a man. At least 6 victims of those robberies have filed suit against BART, including a Pleasanton man whose wife and daughter watched as he was beaten. Rusty Stapp blames a BART conductor for letting the mob on board, and he says that 2 BART police officers did nothing to stop the crowd. BART says that it can't be everywhere and stop every crime with 46 stations to patrol.
And talking about the First Lady now, the former First Lady, since announcing her book tour last week, tickets to see Michelle Obama are already selling out. The former First Lady is embarking on a 10-city swing to talk about her upcoming memoir, Becoming. Pre-sale for tickets opened earlier this week, and within hours, Obama tweeted she's adding 2 more dates. The tour is set to begin on November 13th, starting in her hometown of Chicago. She comes to the SAP Center in downtown San Jose December 14th.
A Palo Alto middle schooler who's won the city's annual Moonlight Run 2 years in a row tried for a 3rd straight title last night. 13-year-old Elif Adil is an 8th grader at Green Middle School. She and her dad, Mark, have been running the 5K race together for the past 4 years. The last 2 years, she finished first in the women's division.
He just sets the pace for me, and he helps me not quit, because sometimes it's really painful. You want to, but my dad just makes me keep going.
I just enjoy running with her. So when we can be out and kind of doing that together, I think it's fun. And, I just try to encourage her to, kind of do the best that she can. And it's fun for both of us.
Now, Ella did not finish first this time, but she did beat her personal best, which was her goal. Warriors superstar Kevin Durant gave a group of Bay Area middle schoolers a fantastic surprise.
We got the real Kevin Durant in the building, and Willie Brown makes some noise!
Yeah, this was at Willie Brown Middle School in San Francisco. Durant helped present a $10,000 check from Alaska Airlines to the school to help pay for much-needed school supplies and classroom equipment.
I want to say thanks to Alaska for having me and for pouring back into the community and to the youth. This is a real special moment. Continue to dream big, continue to believe in yourself, and have some fun this school year.
Durant's been teaming up with Alaska Airlines since last year to support youth and education programs in the Bay Area. Well, the new iPhones have hit stores, and no surprise, die-hard Apple fans lined up to be the first to get their hands on one. The phones went on sale yesterday morning. You can see that we do have some lines here in Pasadena, Century City. Apple says the new devices, the XS and the XS Max, have a better camera and longer-lasting battery. But they're not cheap. The phones start at $1,000. Credit freezes are now free in all 50 states. The new consumer protection comes as part of an update to the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Went into effect yesterday, and experts do say credit freezes are the best way to prevent ID thieves from opening credit in your name. And California added nearly 45,000 jobs in August for a total gain of more than 3 million jobs since 2010. The state's unemployment stayed the same at 4.2%. On the Health Watch now, shocking new stats on vaping among teens in Marin County. The State Office of Education says numbers have more than doubled among middle and high schoolers in the last 2 years. 11th graders saw the largest jump in active users, going from 11% to 28%. The study also finds nearly half of 11th graders in Marin County have tried using a vape or e-cig at least once.
A new dam 7 years in the making has just been completed in the East Bay. Time-lapse video shows how the 220-foot high structure took shape. The Calaveras Dam is located on the border between Alameda and Santa Clara counties. An earthquake fault runs right underneath the reservoir. Now, yesterday, community leaders gathered for a ribbon-cutting ceremony. The previous dam was built in the 1920s, and 2 decades ago, engineers warned that it was at risk of a collapse in a major earthquake, which could send a wall of water into Fremont. The new dam is far stronger. It's designed to withstand a magnitude 7.0, 7.25 quake on the Calaveras Fault.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Not a complaint, but everywhere I go, I see nothing but San Francisco Giants swag. Well, you know what? Let me tell you something. You better start paying attention to the Oakland A's. Everybody better start taking notice. We keep saying it. And Friday, a prime example of why. The Twins were in town. Grab a hot dog. Check it out. It's baseball season. But Mark Hanna says, it's bat flipping season. The Cal Bear parked a 2-run blast, tied the game at 6. They once led 4-0. This one went extras, and Chris Davis is the man I'm talking about. Baseball's KD smashed his 2nd homer of the game. He's got 45. Oakland won it 7-6. Their magic number to clinch the playoffs is 3. That's any combo of A's wins and Tampa losses totaling 3. Does it for the green and gold. Speaking of does it, the Giants, they're about done. We're in St. Louis now. Yeah, some Giants fans. Spirits running high, tie game. And then Matt Adams in the 8th uncorked a 2-run double. Giants lost another 5-3 final. They've lost 14 of his last 18. Cardinals, they got something to play for. They're still alive for the postseason. That is sports at this hour. The next time you see me, I'll be in the sunny climes of Miami, getting ready for the Dolphins and the Raiders. See you later.